What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, boy, are the hedge funds trying to paint this perfect picture. I mean, every step that they go, they're trying to paint this perfect picture of what the overall situation looks like and why we're wrong, why the apes are wrong, and why we're not going to see this increase. Now, we know that hedge funds can manipulate anything, billionaires can manipulate anything, so anything could happen, right? But we understand what is at hand, and we understand exactly what will take place when we look at the shorted shares. We look at the amount of people that are holding, we look at the stock price and where it can go and what people plan to do with the position. Now, hopefully my hand doesn't start bleeding again, because it is bleeding. I just went to the gym and cut it on some weights. I don't know how it happened, but and they were rubber weights, but that doesn't really matter. Anyways, we're talking about AMC. So before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, also hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this one. Also, make sure you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the links in the description if you want to follow some of my other channels. I do a lot of reaction videos over there. If you want to follow some other things as well, the Perry Experience will start uploading. I keep saying it. We will upload over there. We have 5,000 subscribers, so subscribe over there. We want to have some podcasts and all types of stuff over there so that we can actually break down a lot of things. But anyways, we're here to talk about AMC. AMC today opened up right at $37.61, which is really, really good compared to, you know, where they ended at. I mean, they kind of ended at $36, so it's really only $1.60 up, right? We had a decent amount of volume today, 117 million shares worth of volume. It still hasn't ended. We're still in a good point right now when it comes to volume wise. But when we look at the overall movement in everything and where it actually went to, it just really didn't make sense to me. Now, I did open up another call option. I added 2 more call options here at $37. I'm waiting for this to make a move, and this is for I think July 30th. So it's a long ways out. So I'm waiting for this to push up. I did put that in somewhere around, I can't remember where I put it in, but I put it in later in the day. So let's look at what happened this morning. This morning, we did not see too much movement, right? It did go a little bit downhill, right? We've seen it increase from the open or the close, and then the beginning of the after hours market, it increased to 39, resisted around 40. And that's where I thought we would see that resistance point. And we didn't see it close enough, but it was basically resisting around 39, closer to 40, right? So then we've seen it drop down in the after hours market. The pre-market, it increased again to about 38 to where it decreased yet again. It kind of resisted again. And then we see this drop down even more down to 36, to where it did recover a little bit, ended up opening up at 37, which is still up. It's still positive. The high, like I said, was $38.50. You can see that increase. Now, my prediction was that it was going to go up right from the start, but then eventually fall down, and we were going to see a negative day. That's what I thought was going to happen. Well, we've seen a kind of a negative start to the day, and then it increased, and I thought, okay, maybe we'll see some stair stepping up. We'll see some higher highs, higher lows, whatever. But then we ended up getting to this point. We've seen this higher low, but when we got to about the higher high, it ended up making a lower high. Then we started to see the lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, everything dropped down, and it just didn't look right. Right. Obviously, there has to be some shorting that's going on there, probably some covering as well. I wouldn't hold it against them. I know exactly what they're going to do. And when it comes to the hedge funds, I understand where people are going to sell. People can sell some positions. That's just what they want to do as they see things increase. Right. So then you start to see this drop even more, all the way down to about $34, where it starts to turn really, really negative. And now it's down about 3%, 3.2%. This just shows that the hedge funds are trying to paint this picture, this perfect picture here. We can see the buy and sell volume. The buy volume, 27 million. Sell volume, 27 million. What in the world is pushing it down to down 3%? If it's that close, what is pushing it down to 3%? Are you telling me it's the neutral, people that are in between? I don't really think so. I think we're seeing some full-scale manipulation that's going in here, right? And this is merely just my opinion. It's not anything that's factual, right? We're just looking at this and saying it doesn't seem right. This much volume, it really doesn't seem right. So then what I wanted to do was take a look at some of this Ortex data, because Ortex data was showing kind of this perfect picture that they wanted to paint. Right? Down 6% in short interest. The short interest change, they returned 9.5 million shares. Uh-oh, they're covering. they're returning 9 million shares. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. They return maybe some shares in order to, cover maybe some shorts, but it's not covering the right thing. It's covering what you want to see. That's the only thing they're doing. And then they're shorting what you don't see. So all of this that you're seeing them borrow shares, they borrow shares consistently. Do they short every single day? No, they don't short all of those every single day. They end up holding those and end up shorting those in the future. So returning 9 million shares or 9 million return shares is ridiculous. About negative 6.42 million shares, the borrow change. And then you also have 14.75% short interest, which is around 75 million shares of total, shorted shares. Now, is that right? Is that the best thing you want to see as an ape, as a person that's invested in AMC for this long run, this long hold? No, it creates a little bit of panic. It creates a little bit of uncertainty. It creates a little bit of fear. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. Paint this perfect picture. Their brushstrokes are impressive because they're definitely painting something really nice that you guys don't want to see. And that's going to create the thing that exactly what they want to have, seen. Right. So all in all, I think that we are in a perfect spot. The reason why is because they're forced to do these illegal things that they're doing. They're forced to do all of these things that they are doing because of the fact that they're not winning. We're winning, and they know that we're winning, and they have to find a way to limit the amount that we're gaining back, whether it's with options to where people were putting more money into AMC, or whether it was just with stocks in general and people were finding ways to actually maybe sell a little bit at the high and buy back in at the low. There were people that were doing that effectively and getting more shares, which then we were holding more than 80% of the float. I would imagine now we're starting to decrease quite, not quite a bit, but just a little bit, because they're trying to create this fear. And it's ridiculous that they would try and create this fear, but I mean, it's their last ditch effort, right? They got us all the way down to 31. Can they get us down to even more than that? Who knows? We have seen a complete turnaround when it comes to some stocks. A lot of my stocks have been moving downward. When it comes to SOS and ZOM, both of them have been moving downward. Costs have been moving downward. I actually took some out in order to get that call, the 2 call options that I had in cost. And I still have some in cost, and I'm actually willing to make that move again so that I can put more money into another options call. But we'll see how that plays out because I have 20 more minutes. But that's what I have for you guys today. I wanted to talk about this because they're really trying to paint this picture perfect move for the hedge funds, and it's not going to work. We understand what it is. Apes are still holding. We're ready to rumble, right? This is all out war, and they're trying to do their best impersonation of the bad guy. I was going to say some bad guy that you probably shouldn't name. It doesn't really matter. Don't worry about it. But we are the good guys. They are the bad guys, right? They're the ones that are trying to short a company out of existence. We're the one trying to save the company and also gain money in the meantime. They're the ones that only care about money. They're greedy, right? If they're greedy, then they're going to do desperate things. They're going to do things that are borderline illegal and actually illegal. So anyways, guys, hit the like button. Let me know what you think about this. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you check out some of my other channels. Also, check out some of the other links that are down there. And I'm going to get out of here. I think we'll have a better week next week. And I'm hoping maybe I could buy this call option down here. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.